Shalom, 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 everyone. On YouTube, my name is Chief Uziel Lewy. I'm one of the teachers at Congregation Beit Da'at CHOKMAH BINAH. Once again, we're bringing you, we're revisiting the Hebrew. This is Hebrew class number 9. We took a little break for a little while, but now we're back. Moreh, Yeftahk, and Dahn being the teacher of this particular class, studied under the premier Hebrew teacher within our community, Moreh Mishael Ben Yisrael, and this is one of his students, and he is the Moreh, or the teacher of this class here online, by our congregation, better known as D.C.B, the acronym to Da'at CHOKMAH BINAH. Giving glory to the creator of heaven and earth, the Most High, for all things and everything, food, clothing, and shelter. Thanking the creator for life, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and for all the things that he continues to do for us in our everyday lives. So without any further ado, I pass the mic over to my brother, Moreh, Yeftahk, and Dahn. Hallelujah. Moreh. Moreh, Yeftahk.
Shalom, I'm here. Shalom.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. First and foremost, honor and praise to the Most High God, King of heaven and earth, even the God of our forefathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Yisrael, and the God of Yisrael. For without him, we are nothing. Thanking everybody for tuning back in to Welcome to Hebrew. Glad that people are still interested in our class and the different things that we're doing. I have definitely been hearing the different people reach out to me. Let me know, when are we doing Hebrew class again? So I said it was good. My brother Chief Uziel Lewy has been getting on me and like, listen, when we gonna do that Hebrew class again? So we back at it. As I always do at the beginning of these classes, I invite everyone to join us at our congregation located at 382 Hamilton Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, in the Red Hook section of Brooklyn. We are there from every Shabbat day, every Sabbath day, from 10:30 a.m. until sundown. Our first half of the lesson is from 10:30 a.m. to about 2 p.m. And the second half currently is from about 5 o'clock until sundown. We do recognize that daylight savings time is this weekend coming up, so some of our times will be adjusted, but please come out and join us. Continue to desire to praise and worship with us and give honor and praise to our God. Okay, so, first I thought, I was like, maybe we should do some reviews. But then I was like, who needs reviews? If you wanted to do a review, you could go back on the website and do that. So currently this week, what I want to do, I'm going to give you a little bit of Hebrew words, which we should have already. And then we're going to try to build some Hebrew sentences. And then we're going to do a little bit of Exodus 20. All right, so let me see if I can share my screen here. If I remember how to do this. Screen share. And I want my desktop. And I'm going to do this. Let me start the screen share. All right. Chief Uziel, can you see my screen? Yes, no, maybe so. Hopefully you can.
Yes, I seen it when you just had it before. I seen it.
Oh, you don't see it now?
I don't see it now. I just see your image. But
how about now? Still no? All right.
You got to go to screen share, and then you got to say ready. There should be something else that says ready to share your screen. Right there. Now I see. I seen it now.
Okay. So you see like a little page here, Hebrew class?
Yep, I see that.
Okay, great. All right. So I was actually supposed to take some of this stuff out and fill it in as we go. so that you guys can.
You have to make it a little bit bigger though, because it's really small.
Okay, I could do that. Let me finish erasing stuff here. But it is all good. So let's see. You can see I'm typing a little bit slow here. But this is what you'll see as what I will begin to do is I will have these things set up. And then as we go through, I will type in the answers. Make sure everybody's where we need to be. All right, so you say you need a little bit larger. So I think I can do this. Wait, hold on. Let's see if I click. Oh, let's not do that. If I highlight from here all the way down. Sorry. 1 second here. Let's try and raise the font. 20. How about that? That a little bit better?
Much better.
Okay, cool. All right. So, first word is gadol. So, our first word for gadol means big, great. You know, big or great. As we're doing these classes and I'm giving you this vocabulary, I know we were at a point where we were writing in Hebrew. So we should know that this is Gamel Dalet Lamed, big or great, gadol. I'll give you a second to write that down. And our next word is what? Ra. The next word is Ra. What does that mean? Means evil. Evil. It's my keyboard here. Evil. That's Ra. Okay? Evil. Did I spell out for you? Resh, ayin. Resh, ayin. So, ma'od. This is kind of like an adjective. Means very. Like, very much. A lot. Remember I told you it's an adjective? So you should not be using this word stand alone. You should be using this word with something. Rama'od would be what? Not very much evil, but very evil. Like big evil. Like you're not just evil, but you're like evil. Not to be
of the evil.
Right. you're that type of guy, like type of evil you multiply evil on top of evil. Shouldn't be just saying ma'od, because the word for much or a lot is rav. But when you say rama'od or gadol rav ma'od, it's like that's great. It's like it's a good thing. You wouldn't say gadol ma'od. It wouldn't be like that, but I have different sentences that we have to use it in. But it's that type of thing. All right, ma'od. That's like the basic gist of it. I would have to give you guys some sentences to have it, but ma'od, mem, aleph, dalet, ma'od. It's very much, it's a lot. You go on top of it. Gan. Who knows what a gan is? Gan. Gan is garden. Dahn. It's beginning. It's going to be spring soon, so people may begin to plant a garden. We see this word in the Bible. And where's the obvious place where we would see the word garden?
Garden of Eden.
Correct. In the Garden of Eden. Gimel Nun Sofit. Gone. The Garden of Eden. No, that's the place. We know this place. We know what that is. Well, what are planted in a garden, or what's planted in a garden? Flowers, food, things of that nature. These are all different things we have. What's our next word? Quatan. I know I put quaton there. Quatan. So I think I gave that in our last session when we was going over our list before.
You mean small?
Correct.
Little?
Small or little.
Right.
Good. That is. Let me type it in here. Little. Small. Right? Little or small, quatan. Quaton, quatan. Quaton, you're already translating it, but I can fix that just so to eliminate the confusion if there be any. Quatan. Okay, what's our next word? Eretz. Eretz. I know I gave this word the last time also.
Land or earth?
Good. Did I spell quatan in Hebrew? Quoth, tet, nun sofit. Land, eretz. Is land or earth. Very good, Chief. Land or earth. Eretz. Aleph, resh, sadeh sofit. Aleph, resh, sadeh sofit. Next word is Am. Am Segula. That's what the Most High called us. Am Segula.
People.
Very good.
People.
People or a nation. People. People. Remember, you guys should be writing this down. Ayin Mem Sofit. So we know Tov. That's the simple one. Right?
Means good.
Everybody knows Tov. If it's not
Means
Tov,
good.
it's Tov, very good. And if it's not Tov, it's what? Tov Ma'od. It's not Tov, it's Tov Ma'od. I'm not just good, I'm very good. Tov Ma'od. Tet, Cholam, Veit. What's the next word? Har. Har. What does har mean? Mountain. Har Sinai. Har Sion. Right? Mount Sinai, Mount Sion. We know these places, right? We've heard of them. Har. Mount. Mountain. Right? Hey, Resh. Hey, Resh. What's our next word? Yafeh. Yafeh. What does that mean? Yafeh Ma'od. See how you hear it later? Gadol ma'od, tov ma'od, har ma'od, yafe ma'od.
Very good.
Yafe ma'od.
Yafe ma'od. Ma'od means very good.
Yafe. It could mean very good depending on how you use it, but according to the words that I have in front of you right now, what would Yafe mean? What would Yafe ma'od mean?
A great good.
Yafe.
Hold on, ma'od. Hold on. I thought ma'od was.
Oh, you can still see my screen? Number 3 is ma'od. So number 3, we say ma'od is very or much. So if we're on number 10 and we have Yafe, if I say Yafe ma'od, that would be very beautiful or very lovely, like very nice. It's a beautiful thing. It's like very beautiful. I do believe that's how they described Rivka, Rebecca, when they seen her. Don't hold me to that. I can't remember off the top of my head right off the jump, but I believe that's how they said she was Yafe ma'od. So very beautiful, very lovely. Ra'av. What is Ra'av? It's one of those words y'all might have not. I think I did give y'all this word too, though. What is Ra'av? Ra'av is to be famished, a famine. I'm hungry. Ra'av. Reish, ayin, vape, famine, famished, to be hungry. Ra'ev li, it's time to eat. Good grief, it's almost 7:30. Ra'ev li, I'm hungry, I'm famished. And we know davar. Davar is a thing, object, something of that nature. Mahadavar, you know, you hear Hebrews who want to give current, you know, terminology. They like, yeah, what's up? Mahadavar. Mahadavar. Like, what is it? You hear my nishma and all that other good stuff. But davar is a thing or an object. Mahadavar, what is that? What is this thing? Mahadavar. Okay, so now that we have that, now we have our exercise for sentence structure. Build the sentence. Okay, so number 1, there is good and there is evil. Ooh, we're about to go there. There is good and there is evil. How would we say that? How would we say there is good and there is evil? So I'm going to create a space in here. Still numbering. All right. You got to do what you got to do, though. There is good and there is evil. How would we say that? The Hebrew word for there is yesh. 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 There is. There is. Yesh equals there is. Did you write that down? Good. Oh, there is good and there is evil. How would we say that? There is good. There is good. Yesh tov. And remember, certain words that are prefixes. That wav is that prefix, right? that the wav means and, depending on when it's being used. Yesh tov, ra. Now, in this instance, I said there is good and there is evil. So, you don't necessarily, remember there's more than one way to skin a cat. You don't necessarily need to put and in there, but we'll give two ways to say it. You can say yesh tov, ra, meaning there is good and evil. Or you can say yesh tov, yesh ra. Yesh ra, there is good, there is evil. You don't always need to put every last single word that you see, because as you see here, is already understood. There's no word for that. It's already understood. So we got it. There is good and there is evil. Yesh tov, yesh ra. Okay, let's get to the next word. Bring this up closer. I am very good today. What's the word we have here? The word for I is what? Ani. Let me see if I get it a little bit phonetically better. Ani equals I, right? Or Anoki. Looks like Anosi, right? So Anoki might be a little bit. I am. Either one you want to use, right? I'm sure you probably want to use Anoki in this instance because you see I am up there. I am Anoki, Tov, Od. We just got that from up top of the list, right? We see and at the top, we got Tov for number 8 and Ma'od for number 3. Now we begin to sentence build. Anoki, Tov, Ma'od. I am very good. What's the word for today? Let's move down some. The word for today is Hayom. Got it? The word for today is Hayom. Therefore, this sentence should read, Anoki tov ma'od hayom. Shalom ka'aki. Anoki tov ma'od hayom. I'm very good today. Okay. Sentence number 3. Famine is not a good thing. It's part of our spelling list. We see the word famine up on the top on number 11. Let me bring this a little bit more close to the middle. On number 11, on number 11, we see the word ra'av for famine. So this is the word we're using. Famine is not a good thing. So how will we say this? Well, I'm sure initially you'd say ra'av if we just put it together. Ra'av, ain. What does ain mean? Ain means not. Nothing. Right? Ain, not or nothing. So here you might initially think to say Ra'av, ain, tov, davar. Because that's what we see up there. We see thing, we see davar. We see good, number 8, we see tov, right? And we see not, I just taught you, if you didn't know already. So we say famine is not a good thing. However, we're speaking good Hebrew now, right? So if you want to have it understood without speaking a long way and not going word for word, famine is not a good thing. Ain tov Ra'av. Say that, because that's good Hebrew. Ein tov ra'av. Ma ze ein tov. Hara'av. What is ma? Ma equals what? Right? Ma hadavar ein tov. Ma hadavar. What is the thing, ein tov, that is not good? Ein tov ra'av. Famine is not a good thing. It's not a good thing to be hungry. It's just like that. It's like, what's happening here? Ein tov ra'av. Or you could say, ra'av ein tov. People will still understand what you're saying. Good English, good Hebrew. Okay. So since it seems like I'm on a food thing here, number 5. What food is in the house? Well, we just learned that the word ma means what? What? Right? Mom, excuse me. Ma means what? Drink some water here. Ma means what? As in who, what, when, where, and why. Ma means what? If I say what food is in the house, ma zone. What is mazon? Every Hebrew knows the word mazon means food. I like that for you. Mazon means food. All right? So, hamazon is conjunctive. Ma hamazon, in the house. What is that word that I say you have to use as a prefix to mean in, by, or with? That's the bait. In, by. So watch the highlighted area only. The bait, when you hear bait, used as a prefix, it means in, by, or with, right? Ma hamazon, word for house. Just gave it to you. Ba'it, right? See the highlighted area? Ba'it. So if we use those two together, ma hamazon, ba'it. Ma hamazon ba'it. Shabbat, ba. The Shabbat is coming. Ma hamazon ba'it. We need to make sure that we're prepared because we don't cook on the Shabbat. What's the food in the house so we can go to the supermarket and get everything we need to prepare for the Shabbat? Ma hamazon ba'it. We're going to have to pick this up some because we're only on number 5. Let me get rid of this here. Emmett is always in the bathroom. Does that happen? Do we have somebody in our house who's always in the bathroom? What's happening here? Emmett. Okay, so just so we know, the Hebrew word Emmett means truth, right? However, Emmett can also be a name. So in this instance, the word Emmett is a name. Emmett is always in the bathroom. What's the word for always? Talmid. I'm picking up the pace, so you're going to have to keep up. Talmid. Talmid means always. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do that. Come on. Talmid means always. Not to be confused with. Oh, I did that wrong. I said Talmid. Talmid means student. Correction. Let me correct that now. Talmid is a student. And so I've corrected myself. Talmid means always. Okay? What happens when you start transliterating stuff, then you're moving too quick. Like, wait a second. Lamad means to study. Talmud is a student. Tamid means always, all the time. Tamid we tamid. It's like forever and ever. Always. Let me give you the spelling of that word there so that you have it. That is tet, mem, yod, dalet. Tamid means always. All right? So, oh boy, what did I do here? I done messed this whole thing up. All right. So Tamid means always, right? Tamid, emet, and we just knew it was ba, 8, shamush. Tamid emet bebeit shamush. Lama zeh. Lama equals y. Lama equals y. Zeh equals this. Lama zeh. Why is that? Why is Emet always in the bathroom? Tamid emet bebeit shamush. All right, messed up this line here, but we don't really need that. Breakfast is in the morning, lunch is in the afternoon, dinner is in the evening. How do we say that? Okay. Rukat, Boquer equals breakfast, right? I'll put that comment in there. Did it finish it for me? Arukat Boquer equals breakfast. Now that the word Boquer is morning, the word Arukat is meal. So let's actually get that in there for you. Arukat equals meal, right? So when you have the meal of the morning, Arukat Boquer, that equals breakfast. Well, if that's the case, and you have the Hebrew word Soharayim, what do we think that means? Yes, you got it. Lunch. Now, Soharayim, I spell that right? Nope. Soharayim equals afternoon. Soharayim, stand alone, means afternoon. So if you have Arukat Soharayim, that would now be lunch. Right? What's the word for evening? Oh, did that backwards. Arukat Erev. I already told you what the word for evening was. It's not the meal of the night, but the meal of the evening. Arukat Erev will be dinner. All right? Arukat Erev. So, when we have Erev by itself, that I gave away too early, it means evening. So, we want to say this statement: breakfast is in the morning, lunch is in the afternoon, dinner is in the evening. It would be Arukat Boquer, Arukat Soharayim, What did I do here? Soharaim. Way. Rukat. Erev. Erev. Okay, so I'm walking you through this so you understand that in one instance it means one thing, but in another instance it means another. Arukat Bokwe does not mean the meal of the morning is in the morning. Arukat Bokwe means breakfast is in the morning. Yeah, but you said the same word twice. Yeah, but when I used it with Arukat, it took on a new meaning. It took on a new word in English. It meant morning in the first one, but when I said Arukat Bokwe, now I'm talking about breakfast. Arukat Bokwe Babokwe. Breakfast is in the morning. Arukat Soharayim Basoharayim. Lunch is in the afternoon. Where Arukat Erev Ba'erev. And dinner is in the evening. You got it? Okay. Next sentence. There is no Hebrew class next week because of the feast. This is just an exercise. Of course, there's Hebrew class next week. So, I gave the word for class before. Was the Hebrew word for class. Kita. The Hebrew word for class is kita. Right? Kaf, Tau, Hey. Kita. Well, we know there is, as I said earlier, when we did our lesson, it was Yesh. Yesh, oh, well, actually, in this case, and that's why I did this sentence, there is would not be applicable. Because when you say ain, it can also mean there is not. There isn't. Okay? Ain can also mean, you don't have to say ain yesh or lo yesh. Ain also means there is not. Okay? So, ain, Ivrit, Hebrew. Ain Ivrit, Kita. Well, I spell this. Ain Ivrit Kita. Ash. Bu'a. Sheba. Ain Ivrit Kita. Ain Ivrit Kita Hashvua Sheba. Something saying, right? Ki, keep doing that. Ki, because, did I give y'all Hashvua? Shavua. So, Shavua, Hashvua. The, Ha means the, right? Hashvua, Shavua. Shavua means week. Those who are already practicing Hebrews, get it out, knows that the feast of Shavuot is approaching. And the feast of Shavuot, which is Shavuah plural, Shavuot, is weeks. Shavuah is a week. Ein Ivrit Kita Hashvua Shaba Ki Chag. Wait, no, Ki, I said because there's a feast. Ki Yesh Chag. Okay? Ein Ivrit Kita Hashvua Shaba Ki yesh chag. Okay. Number 8. There's my cursor here. Number 8. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, back up there. 3. Boom. 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 All right. There's no television on the 7th day because it's a Shabbat. Oh, there is no. See, I almost did it again. There is no. Do we need to say yesh? No. We can just say ain. It's understood. There is not. Ain, what's the Hebrew word for television? Ooh, spelling it wrong here. What's the Hebrew word for television? Tikayon. That's what we call it. Tikayon. Television. Tikayon. Oops. Messing this up. Ain. Tikayon. Al. Upon. On. Al. Yom Hashvi'i. Ein tikayon al Yom Hashvi'i. Ki, you see it again. Let's see up here, but maybe I should, so you can phonetically get it. Ki.
Moreh.
Yes.
Isn't the modern way for to say television is television, something like that?
People do it. It's just what we've been using. If you said television, you wouldn't be wrong because television is a current word. So
okay.
You have to come up with something for it.
Okay.
I know there's people who have a preference because they're like, oh, that's not really Hebrew. If you say television, it still sounds like television, but it's still a current word. So we got to come up.
Right. And I think, yeah, I was going to ask that is certain things that, as I guess as Israelites, that we came up with certain words, but there are certain modern words, I guess, that are common if you went amongst people and you started talking, because if you say Sikayong around them, they wouldn't know what you're talking about. I believe. I don't think that's like a word that's used out there, but I could be corrected.
No, and it's cool. Depends on who you're talking to. It depends on the most commonly used word of that area. You will have people who it's like when our people speak slang. When we speak slang, we understand what we mean when we're speaking slang. Somebody else might be like, what in the world are you talking about? So, you know, languages, you will always have people who will say what absolute proper grammar is. And so you'll have some people who say, well, Sikayon may not be proper grammar. And then you'll have others who say, well, television is improper grammar. But somebody got to come up with a word for it. It's just like in the wilderness, without getting into a whole lesson here concerning the Bible. You know, when they seen the manna drop from heaven, they had to come up with a word for it because they never seen it before and no other people ever ate it. And so when they see it, they said, manhu. And so manhu translated means, what is it? And that's what they called it. They called it manna. Mana, the same thing. They named it, what is it? That's what they named it. Now, I'm sure somebody else would stop and say, how are you going to name food? What is it? But that's what the people did. It is what it is. So that's my take on the Sikayon television controversy, if you will. All right. Let's get to number 9. which is now because I messed it up. It should be 8B. The sink in the bathroom has a tooth in it. What's the Hebrew word for sink? Yor. Yor is a sink. It was commanded to go into the tent, right? Yor, they have to wash their hands in it. So the sink, hakiyor, babeit, shemush. Hakiyor babeit shemush. Yesh, what's the Hebrew word for tooth? Shane. The closest I can get for y'all phonetically to get it. Shane or Shane. Bow. Beit cholam, bow. Hakiyor babeit shemush, ye shane, bow. Like somebody lost a tooth? Hakiyor babeit shemush, ye shane, bow. There's a tooth in the sink. Why is your finger in your mouth? It's the Hebrew word for why. Well, I just gave you one. Ma. Or Madua. Got it? Madua is why, or Lama equals why. What for? Madua or why? Madua or Lama means why. Lama etzbaka. Bapika. Lama etzbaka bapika. Why's your finger in your mouth? I'm picking my teeth. That's what I do. That's why my finger's in my mouth. Not a good excuse. None of us should be putting our fingers in our mouth. Bad habit. But I do. Lama etzbaka bapika. Bapika. Lama etzbaka bapika. Your shoe's on the wrong foot. Why is there hair in the sink? Going. My ear and my nose are on my head. You need a knife, plate, fork, and food for dinner. Will all be your homework for the next week. It is now 7:51. This will all be your homework. Find out the word for shoe. Find out how to say wrong foot. There's something there you need to know about that. That's why I expressed that the way I did. Wrong foot, the word for wrong. On the wrong foot. Why is there hair in the sink? We already know sink, but what's the word for hair? We know why, Lama. My ear, find out the definition, and my nose, find out the definition, are on my head, find out the definition. And then find out how to say my ear, my nose. Do your research. We need, what's the Hebrew word for need? Find it out. A knife, plate, fork, and you already know food, and you already know dinner. So to review this quickly, because we never got to Exodus 20 either, the 12 words you got this week were Gadol, Ra, Ma'od, Gan, Quatan, Eretz, Am, Tov, Har, Yafeh, Ra'av, Davar. 12 vocabulary words for your vocabulary building. Write them down. Write it 3 times each. Write it 5 times each. Use it in a sentence. That's the way you're going to retain this information. Your exercises for sentence structure as we built the sentences this week was 1, there is good and there is evil. Yesh tov, yesh ra. 2, I'm very good today. Anoki tov ma'od hayom. 3, famine is not a good thing. Ein tov ra'av. 4, what food is in the house? Mahamazon babayit. 5, emet is always in the bathroom. Tamid emet babeit shemush. 6, breakfast is in the morning, lunch is in the afternoon, dinner is in the evening. Arucha bokwer babokwer. Arucha soharayim basoharayim. We arucha erev be'erev. 7, there is no Hebrew class next week because of the feast. Ein ivrit kita hashvua shelba ki yesh chag. 8, there is no television on the 7th day because it's the Shabbat. Ein sikayon al yom hashvi'i ki Shabbat. 8b, which isn't identified here. The sink in the bathroom has a tooth in it. Hakiyor b'bei shemush yeshein bo. 9, why is your finger in your mouth? Lama etzbaka bapika. Okay, so that will be the end of Welcome to Hebrew for this week. I'm glad for all of those who have tuned back in. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. Please remember, study, study, study. We also have our Torah service on the Shabbat day, where you can follow us in Hebrew as we read in the language of our forefathers, and prayerfully we come to a better understanding, increasing in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of what our forefathers were saying and what God was teaching us, in order that we might understand the proper way to serve him and regain the culture that he gave to our forefathers. Hoping and praying that you got something out of what I said, and that the Most High God found these words acceptable to be spoken before his people. I remind you all, I do not get a salary. I do not get payment for this class that I do. I do this class out of my love for the people and the desire to edify those who I can edify. That being said, those who would have it in their heart to donate, I would ask that you donate to our congregation, BINAH BINAH. No donation is too small. We are currently trying to purchase a building. We have our different building funds going on. We have different fundraisers that we're having. I would ask all of those who are listening to this lesson, we do have our Unity Weekend approaching on May 27th of 2017. Please come and join us. Please donate. Please help the cause so that we can continue to have services like this. And when I say services, the Hebrew class, the different things that we do throughout the week, the different things that we do for the children, concern Purim and things of that nature, that we can continue to bring them to you, and that these things can not only be for you, but for the generations to come. I thank you all for your time and attention, and Lala Tov to all. God bless you.
Shalom, shalom, Moreh. I got a question. Why is it that the lesson you did it in transliteration in English rather than in the Hebrew characters?
Sorry, I was having trouble unmuting my mic there. The reason why is because unfortunately I don't have a Hebrew font on my keyboard yet.
Oh, okay.
As soon as I get the Hebrew font on my keyboard, I prefer to do it with the Hebrew letters, because that erases all the confusion. It will help in proper spelling. It will help in proper pronunciation and things of that nature. But the reason why I'm transliterating it for these lessons so far is because I need to get a Hebrew keyboard. Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay, there's a website. Let me see if I could
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
if I could share it. It's called Aqua.
Aqua?
No, it's not. It's not Aqua. Hold on. It's something different. It's not Aqua.
This is
Hebrew congregation table. Hold on. Let me see if I could put it somewhere for you. This has a Hebrew keyboard.
okay.
Let me see if I could share it with you in the room. Give me 1 second. And you can also use Google Translator.
But listen, Chief, let me ask you the question.
Right.
Will I be able to use it on my Word document? Because that's where I need it at. That's where I can build these lessons. It becomes easier for me to share my screen and possibly.
Did you do something that I just shared with you?
Yes, I just seen it.
All right. You hit that. So
do me a favor.
Once you copy and paste, right? Once you copy and you paste Hebrew, it is interactive with any Word document, with Pages, if you got a Mac, with all of that.
That's what I'm talking
once
about.
you copy it, you paste it. That's how I was able to come up with the words before. I would just, you put in what's the meaning of, on the Google search bar. Let me show you real quick. Let me share my screen, then I'm gonna show you real quick.
Sounds good.
This is for anybody out there. Now you could use Google search. Let me go back to my screen and share it. All right, let me see. Google. All right, so watch what I'm gonna do. So now if you're on Google search, you can see my Google screen?
I can.
All right, so now let's say I say, what's the meaning of run in Hebrew?
Here's your translation.
Ooh.
Right, so now it gave me the meaning of run, but let me be more specific. What's the meaning of the word run in Hebrew? All right, let me edit it. What's the meaning of the word stomach in Hebrew?
That's in, yeah. Okay.
Hold on. Give me 1 second here. Because it usually gives you. What's the meaning of the word speak in Hebrew?
Word, a single distinct meaningful element of speech or writing.
Hold on, mute your microphone for a second, because I think it's getting the feedback from your microphone. What's the meaning of the word stomach in Hebrew? Nah. Usually gives you a better result. Hold on. What's the meaning of the word run in Hebrew? So usually it will give you a different screen. All right, let's see.
Hey,
Let me
Chief,
type it in.
can you try Hebrew translation run and see what they give you?
Let me type it in. The word run. Oh yeah, translate the. In. Hold on. I know what it is. I'm saying it wrong. How do you say run in Hebrew? Damn, it's not working. There it goes.
Here is your translation.
You see? Do you see it?
I do. I do.
So now it gives you a whole bunch of translations of the word. Verb, nouns, how to say it. So right here it says the roots, right? Run, race, rush, sprint, tear, lope. So let me see. Let me try another one. How do you say nation in Hebrew?
Here is your translation.
So you got Ummah, then you got Am. You see the second one is Am. You got Goy, Le'om, Om. Just got different meanings. You know, what's one of the words that you use today? Beautiful. How do you say beautiful? How do you say beautiful in Hebrew?
Here is your translation.
Yafeh, right? And Naweh. Basically, could do is you grab it, right? Grab it, copy. You open up Pages, a blank project in Pages, and you paste it, right? And then with the fonts, you could just make the fonts big as you want to. Now, I don't see if you see my Pages document, but let me go back and share that. All right, so at this time, I will, let me see. Stop screen sharing, but let me share a different screen. Right here. Boom. So you see? Now you see what I just shared. That's what I just copied and I pasted from Google search. So I think it makes it easy. A lot of people don't like using Google Translator, but I find that you know, if you know the word, if you know how to say the word and you know how to read, it would at least lead you in the right way. But I also sent you that other link, so I don't know how I don't know if you want to mess with that other link with this other program, the pialim.com.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna check it out. There's nothing wrong with it. Let me check it out and see how it works out.
Pialim gives you the conjugation, it gives you, like, you see how the 201 is?
Right.
It conjugates every verb, everything. You could conjugate anything on that. So
yeah, no, that's it. That's what I need, because then when I can use the Hebrew, then it will allow me to type it out, understand how to spell it, and get the correct pronunciation for all the words.
Right. You could copy and paste any Hebrew font, and it will, and you could use it on Pages or on Word documents, and you could paste it, and it will come out the same way. That's how I do the list for the teachers every month. Hold on, let me stop the broadcast, and then I'll continue to speak to you. So everyone, thank you for joining us. We hope that you will tune back in again, and that you would that you've been edified today. I'd like to thank once again my brother Moreh Yeftahk ben Dahn, and all of you that are tuning in at this moment, and those of you that will tune in later to get this lesson. May the Most High God bless each and every one of you. Shalom, shalom, and everyone have a blessed evening.